These are the best 4 years of my life.
Woo, baby, let's go.
March 9th, 2013. My mom's birthday. When I thought I'd been through it all and it couldn't get any worse, boy was I wrong. Things will get worse. Way worse. Let's rewind for a second. I had full movement of my legs. I could walk, run anywhere I wanted to. Distance wasn't an issue. I had my independence and I put my issues behind me. No one could have forecasted my future though. At the time, it was actually spring break, so I was able to be home and relax. No one thought of anything, and I would just be a regular muscle pull, and I will be fine next week. As the week grew on, the pain started getting worse, and there was this swelling that was starting to come on my leg. Everyone said it's one of the worst flare-ups that will ever happen, and most of the time it will happen for more than a year. That didn't faze me. I was just looking forward to go back to school. But as the spring break kept going, and it was Sunday, I realized that I was unable to walk anymore, and that I would need a wheelchair. At first, it didn't bother me because I was thinking that, oh, this was gonna last a week or two and I would just go on with my life. But week after week, the pain gradually grew worse. I was more reliant on my wheelchair. I was hoping that with all the resting I was getting, the flare-up would happen fast and I could move on with my regular life. As the weeks grew on and the months grew on, the pain got worse, and I realized that I was going to be there for the long haul. The thing that Dr. Kaplan told me, that the chances of you walking are probably non-existent because most people don't have the opportunity to walk again. That really hurt me, but he was telling me the truth. But I made a promise to myself that if I'm coming back to campus, I will be walking back on campus. That summer went and gone, and I was going through a lot, but I was still being confident that I was able to make it through school. In my fall semester of my sophomore year, and when I really hit rock bottom, the pain was so excruciating that I just couldn't deal with it anymore. To put into perspective the scale of 1 to 10, at 10 being the worst, I was probably going through a 15. I couldn't walk to class. Well, I could walk very little. The 20 feet it was from my room to the bathroom. At one point anymore, the pain was just so bad that I just couldn't put any pressure on my feet anymore. I remember I would have to go to the bathroom, I would have to hobble to it, but after a while it was just getting too much for me. I was emotionally drained and I was physically tired. I would sleep for around 14 hours, have some food, and then sleep another 14 to 16 hours. That would be my schedule almost every single day. I would always come to class when I needed to take a test or I needed to do a presentation, but besides that, I just couldn't do it anymore. It was Thanksgiving vacation and I was going home, and I made the decision that I just couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do school anymore, my grades were dropping, I couldn't even go to class anymore, and I was just really tired. I walked from my room to the door where I put the wheelchair, and I remember I walked there. Well, that would be the last time I walked for the next 6 months. I remained walking even though I was in pain because I knew that, for one, I would be out of action for a long time, and I needed to use my muscles and my legs, but I also didn't want to give up the dream that I was never going to walk again. So when I came home for Thanksgiving break, I remember I got home and I couldn't do anything anymore. I stayed in bed and on bed rest 24/7. I remember I just went and I would try to take a step and I just couldn't do it anymore. I tried to be strong for myself, but also try to be strong for my family, because while I was going through a lot, I didn't want my parents to think how much I was going through. While they're very loving parents, I know they hated to see me in the way I was. They would do anything in their power to help me, but they weren't able to do it. My bed would put it in the living room just so people were closer to the kitchen, and they would just sit there and watch TV, and they would just watch me and I would just be there in pain. Three weeks later, I wanted to finish the semester for school, so I came back to school to take my finals in person. I wanted to get my credits in. On December 21st, while my left flare was going, my jaw decided to flare up. While it was noticeable, I told my parents that it wasn't hurting me, but it was hurting me a lot. I never told them because I didn't want to add to what they were feeling. So every time I ate, my jaw would hurt, but I did never complain about it. I remember every time I would take a shower, I just cried. Because there was nothing I could do about it. I would call everyone in pain. And there was nothing I could do about it. I remember for Thanksgiving and for Christmas, I just brought the family down. I tried to be happy, but I was just so emotionally. During Thanksgiving and Christmas, I knew I was pain to the family. I knew everyone was trying to be happy, but I knew I made the whole situation gloomy. In the shower, I did cry because I just didn't know what to do. So after that Christmas, I decided that to graduate with my peers was really important to me. So I actually took online courses to remain a full-time student at home. For the 560 days, I was basically on bed rest. The last week of that summer was probably the first week that I wasn't experiencing any pain. It was also the week before the school was starting, and I wanted to go back. I just couldn't be away from it anymore. So the first day I came back, and the first day of school was the first day I ever walked. I really didn't walk for about 2 years, and I was just so tired. For one, my muscles were weak. I would walk only 20 feet and I would be out of breath and my legs would just be tired from not being used for so long. I remember every single night while everyone was going out or doing whatever, I grabbed whatever I could that was heavy, put it in my backpack and just walk at night. The mindset that I was never going to walk really motivated me that I wanted to walk. Around 5 months later, after my first steps on campus, there's a bridge called Walkway over the Hudson, where it's about a 1.3 mile bridge, and I walked the bridge. For me, it was just a huge accomplishment. The doctor said that my chances of walking were very slim, and even the people that were walking were never walking to the way they were before. I wanted to define those odds. I just summarized 22 years of my life in the last 70 minutes. Since the last part, I have had 3 more flare-ups, one in my neck and one in my shoulder at the same time. During the past 3 months, I have been dealing with a flare-up in my calf. I'm glad with how the docu-series turned out to be. It is my chance to say everything I wanted to say and put everything out into the open. I think I have succeeded. I've been through hell and back, but I am still here, still standing, still kicking ass. The fact that I am wired differently is awesome. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be able to put words together like crosswords. My question to you is, what is your excuse? Where do you think you're going? I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here for the longest haul. This isn't a goodbye. Until next time, my name is Joey Sooch, and I'll see you later.